I want to say Billy West gave me my new favorite saying of "I don't give a fat frog's ass." I don't know, something about that just clicked in my head.
Especially in his voice.
In his voice, which is like, in his voice is like, because he was born in Detroit but was raised primarily on the East Coast, and the people that he would have been raised around were still speaking in that like mid-Atlantic sort of that kind of high pitched sort of voice. You know, considering he would have been raised in like the 60s and 70s and stuff. Anyway, I guess we should give some context. Welcome back to the Off the Balcony podcast. Happy to be back with you all. We've got, I don't want to say we have a packed episode, but this is going to be more of a chill one.
Yeah.
So
we have less stuff on the docket to talk about, but knowing us, we're probably going to yap.
But we wanted to get it cleared off because we know that our end of year special is going to be probably a packed episode. Just kind of, you know, because we always like to do some year in review type stuff. So we want to get some of this stuff out of the way first before we really do anything. As Steven is over here, he's still on the grind, on that Uma Musume grind.
If you guys want to know how light we think it's going to be, that's exactly what's going to happen.
That end of year like special, we'll probably talk about the rise of Uma Musume in America, considering it came to America while we were at a con, and then one con later, so it came during Planet Funk Con, and then
Anime Iowa?
No, it released when we were at Planet Funk Con.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was literally like the night before we went to Planet Funk Con. It dropped, but it was really during Anime Iowa that we got into it.
Yeah, you guys were playing it. Well, you were playing it, I think, on the car. He couldn't because he was driving.
Yeah.
Though I could see some Uma fans doing that.
Was on like the Saturday of Anime Iowa. I let Steven play it because he got into it through Gold Ship memes, and I had Gold Ship there. It's like, hey, do you want to play Gold Ship?
Mm-hmm.
And then later in the hotel room, I saw him installing it.
No, I was installing it in that room. They had me play because I was like, I feel like a little kid playing on his mom's iPhone, so I was gonna give the phone back and just download it for myself.
Felt like an iPad baby.
Oh yeah.
And then a con later, it was like everywhere. There was fan art of these characters everywhere. I was blown up. This was Anime Magic, by the way. There was fan art of these characters. And the game had only been in America for 2 months. You know what I mean?
I mean, the series came out in 20...
Yeah, there's 2018. It started in Japan,
I
and
know,
then
but
2021, the mobile game finally dropped.
Yeah, 2018. I remember when the actual special week passed because that horse passed halfway through the first season.
Yeah, sometime during season 1.
Oh yeah, which one was that?
Special week.
Oh yeah, and that was like the main character of the show, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But must have been an old horse though. A lot of them are kind of older.
I think that one raced when when I was forming memories.
Oh, gotcha.
But anyways, enough with our Uma talk. How about we get into our docket here today?
Yeah.
As I set this up like a meeting.
So we've got 2 cons and a kind of
3 animes.
Yeah, a smaller anime roundup. So
which one do we want to do first?
Well, I guess since I kind of led with the Billy West story, we might as well talk about Midwest Toy and Comic Fest. So.
Yeah. That's the first con on our docket.
Yeah, so we're doing a con roundup first. So, first con we went to was Bloomington Normal Midwest Toy and Comic Fest. We've had really good success going to Midwest Toy and Comic Fests in the past.
Yeah, we had the 2 of them this year.
Mm-hmm.
One in Springfield where we met the Ed Boys.
Yep, we met.
And the one in Decatur, which...
We didn't meet anyone there. I mean, there was one of the voices of Sonic was there. I think from like... I think it was one of the video games in the 90s.
I was like, was it the one that Spax hated, or was it the one that he loved?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. Didn't like Urkel play Sonic? Jaleel White.
I don't know.
I think he did. But,
I know really nothing about Sonic.
Well, I mean, ever since the movies came out, Sonic's cool again. Sonic's had a bit of a rehabilitation in these.
Thanks, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, pretty much all the stuff I know about Sonic is what the kids in the elementary school I used to work at would tell me.
Oh, cool.
And usually what I learned from Chris Chan.
Oh yeah, that's not exactly an ideal source to learn about Sonic. But anyway, so this Midwest Toy and Comic Fest, we had, I don't want to mince words here, we had a legend at this Midwest Toy and Comic Fest. None other than Billy West himself. And Billy West is the voice of, God, so many characters.
I mostly know him from his many roles in Futurama.
He's done, like, pretty much everything under the sun, basically. Yeah. He was in Ren and Stimpy. He was the original Invader Zim before the other guy came and replaced him.
Yeah, he said at his panel that the creator recast him because he was overexposed.
Right, yeah, which is funny because that was back in 2002. Oh, wait, yeah, that would have been at the height of Futurama, so
when he was all over Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon.
So,
probably both networks.
So, at Midwest Toy and Comic Fest, the way it works is, this is, again, think of like a step up from Quad Con, but still not like a full function.
It's pretty much just one room. It's pretty much just a vendor's hall with a little space off to the side that has the guests and a little stage where the panels happen.
Yeah, with like the chairs are pretty much just like
it's kind of just a little area that has a stage, and then just a little bit off to the stage there's a couple rows of folding chairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's not anything impressive. Although this venue was in like a warehouse almost. Well, I mean, I know it was the local fairgrounds, but
it's usually the room where they'd have the animals.
Yeah. So it was still a pretty big venue. But anyway, the reason we're bringing up Billy West first is because that was literally the first thing we did when we got to.
That was actually the reason we went to that specific day of it. Is
right.
Like how they usually do is they usually bring a couple guests in, and then just at one point they drop a schedule where just like they have like a couple guests doing panels one day, and then a couple guests doing panels the next day. So when that drops, like, ooh, Billy West is doing his panel first thing in the morning Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we'll go to that day.
So, and what was funny was you guys, I think you guys beat us, actually, which is funny because they live out of town. We lived nearby, but because road construction getting to this fairgrounds was so jacked.
No, let me first say, because Illinois is Illinois and road construction is a season.
Yeah, we literally had to double back and then triple back.
So I think that specific stretch of road has been under construction since we went to the Miku movie.
Yeah, and longer than that. They started last summer, 2024. As far as we made it in time because Billy West was later than us because
I think his panel didn't even start till like half an hour after the advertised time because there was just a line of people going almost out of the room just to get autographs from him.
Yeah, and he had to fulfill his autograph commitment before he could do the panel. But the panel was very informal, but it was also super fun. Like there were some planned questions by like the host who actually worked the other Midwest Toy and Comic Fest we went to back in March. The guy from Illinois State.
Sorry about that. Uber Eats just canceled my order.
Oh. Well, fuck them then.
We'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
So, what were we talking about again? It was,
Midwest Toy and Comic Fest. The guy from Illinois State University who co-hosts some of these events.
There was even like the psych department or something.
Yeah. And I don't know exactly where the psych department is actually headquartered. I haven't seen him around, but...
was it like... Schrader
is how we say it, but
Schrader is how we say it, like a nice individual.
Yeah, well, I thought it was Schroeder when I first, because that's how it's spelled. But in any case, so Billy West gets done with all of his autographs. He saunters over to our panel area.
Which I have to say, so there's the panel area, and right next to it in the corner is the robots.
Yeah.
The robots maybe had about 5 people max, and they had like chairs as if there could be like 40 people there.
Mm-hmm.
And the panels are like standing room only, and had about chairs for as much as like maybe 10 to 15 people.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't exactly mind that, because with the way that the stage was set up, the chairs were so low that you had to kind of crane your head up a little bit to actually get a view of Billy West. Meanwhile, I was just comfortable standing and looking at him, so I didn't mind that really all that much. But yeah, Billy West kind of came in. He didn't really have anything prepared. He did talk about like his life to a certain extent, like how he got into the business. The guy's lived a hell of a life, really. Like he started. He was a session musician, like part of a jam band in the 70s. He was a radio guy in the 80s. And then in the 90s, when like cartoon animation really started to take off on television, he was kind of there, right place, right time.
Also, like I said, it's like his whole childhood was him just mimicking the voices on the radio. So there was no word for autism back in the day.
Yeah, that's his words, not ours. But what was funny was he talked about some of his time as being a session musician. He would,
him hanging out with Jay Guile.
Yeah, apparently he was one of the first guys to. He talked about playing. He called it "Angel is the Centerfold." I think the song is just called "Centerfold," but like, I would call it that too. But no, who he hung out with, because he was living in Boston in the 1970s. He hung out with the guys from Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Like apparently they were kind of tight back in the day, which is so surreal to think about.
And the two diverging paths, Aerosmith, cartoon voice actor.
Yeah, right. And so yeah, he talked a bit about his life. He talked about some of the roles he liked, and then the floor was sort of open to questions. And I got to ask a question that I really wanted to ask him since I first saw him over at Anime Midwest. I didn't get a chance to ask him this question. But I asked him what he felt about voicing Bugs Bunny and how he feels about whenever he gets called in to do a Looney Tunes character. Because I thought it was a good question, because yes, Billy West is the voice of Bugs Bunny in Space Jam, which that's regardless of your thoughts on Space Jam, I still had to ask him, because you have to keep in mind, Space Jam came out in 96. He would have been one of the first guys after Mel Blanc died to voice...
Having to replace the cartoon voice actor legend.
The guy who started the whole enterprise of cartoon voice act. He was like one of the first voice act for a living people who was like outside of radio and all that stuff. So I had to ask him about this, and he said that he was terrified voicing Bugs, which is funny when you think about Space Jam being such an irreverent, like, kind of who gives a shit movie.
Yeah,
and
like most people remember the theme song more than the actual movie.
Yeah, I could not tell you a single line of dialogue that Bugs Bunny says in that. And that's no offense to Billy West. Billy West does a great job as Bugs. It's just...
I don't know, this just reminded me of a story from one time I went to trivia night with my coworkers, and they're playing the Space Jam theme song, and even one of the trivia questions was, who made this song? It's
Quad City DJs.
Yeah, none of us remembered.
It's
like,
the Come On and Slam.
And welcome to the jam. Like,
yeah,
I could probably sing the song by heart, but I have no idea who made it.
Yeah, a good way to remember it is, you know the song Come On Ride the Train?
No.
Okay. That was another 90s like club hit. It sounds exactly the same as the Space Jam theme.
Which is funny, because at the actual song part of the trivia night, like that was like I think that was like the movie questions, but when I got to actual songs, I knew all of them because they were all songs Todd and the Shadows had covered.
Oh, gotcha. Was that real quick? I want to wrap up Midwest Toy and Comic Fest, but
yeah.
Was that the one where they asked you, where one of the trivia questions is like they said Pamela Anderson co-starred in this movie with this member of Motley Crue?
Yeah.
like that kind of euphemistic way of describing that.
Yeah.
Was that trivia session?
Yeah.
Oh,
I forget how exactly worded this. It's like she was a Baywatch star, and it's like he was a bad boy of the music world. They starred in a romantic movie together.
don't know if that's how I describe that, especially if you know the details of their relationship. But in any case, going back to Midwest Toy and Comic Fest, we had a good time with. You asked Billy West a question too, didn't you, Hannah?
Oh yeah, because Billy West had gone to Anime Midwest like 2016, 2017. It was sometime when I was a kid, like years ago. So I wanted to ask him this question again, just so I know if I'd been telling the story right the whole time. It's like he told the story of when, like, how he decided to voice Richard Nixon from Futurama, like he was turning into a werewolf.
Oh yeah, and he had a really funny story about that, about how
when they were doing the televised debate for the JFK versus Nixon.
Yeah, and he would have been like 8 years old when that debate happened.
Yeah. So they filmed JFK looking all handsome, and then Richard Nixon just sweaty and out of focus.
Yeah,
all scruffy.
And this is like my history autism taking over a little bit. The thing, if you really look at it, those two would have been in high school together. They were basically the same age group. It's just trick of the camera, like just
JFK just looked so much younger.
Yeah, looked so much younger, even though they were basically the same age. And if you asked people at the time, like doing Gallup polls and stuff, Nixon won the radio debates, but with the televised debate where people could actually see it, that's where JFK sort of came out on top and arguably won him the presidency. But
and a bullet in the head.
Yeah, and Nixon dying peacefully in his bed in '94. But yeah, so he's watching Nixon on TV, and I guess he turned to his mom and said, "Could you said something?"
Like, he looks like he's turning into a werewolf.
yeah. And that's where he got the whole or what's
Awoo.
Yeah, awoo.
He awooed on stage.
Awoo, what's this? President Nixon, 1972. But yeah, going off of that, one story that Billy West told that that kind of not hit home for me, but made me kind of be sentimental, was him talking about his friendship with Phil Hartman. Yeah. Because Phil Hartman, apparently the two were friends because he was, ironically, West was in New York City at the time, and Hartman was out in Hollywood, and he lived with Phil Hartman for a little while and got him some gigs out in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I think he told the story where it's like he got someone called his house and his wife picked up the phone. It's like Billy, you need to come in here. Phil Hartman's looking for you. And it's like, man, I know 10 people who could do a Phil Hartman. It's like, no, this is legit. And they got together, and the reason he brought Phil Hartman up, not just because he was a friend, but famously, Phil Hartman was gonna be the voice of Zap Brannigan. Was killed before he could record any dialogue for that character, and then it was West that replaced him, right? Yeah, it was Billy West doing his Phil Hartman. Yeah, which is a really sweet thing. It's like, talk about a talent we lost too soon. But it was a really neat story to see how that actually came about. Oh, my DoorDash is here, so I'll let you guys continue the conversation. Yeah, thanks.
It was a very touching thing for him to do, I guess. Yeah. Part of me is I was kind of zoning out because I was recovering from the drive. Yeah. We woke up pretty early just to get down there on time.
And then just ended up sitting around for half an hour actually waiting for the panel to start.
It was a very interesting panel. I mean, I liked how.
Have you really seen Futurama?
I mean, I remember. I haven't binged watched like everyone else does. I remember it coming on like Adult Swim, so that's about it.
It was like one of my childhood shows where it's like every time it was on TV, I just sit down, watch it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maybe if I ever see the DVDs of it, sometime I might just pick it up just for nostalgia.
Yeah,
I've heard very mixed feelings about the recent Hulu revivals.
I think it's like the King of the Hill one where it's like very some parts I do right, some parts I do wrong. One of the parts they almost did wrong was not put Joe DiMaggio back in back in charge, and it just would have gone south from there.
Heard that apparently they did that for the Comedy Central revival too, which I guess I was too young to really remember that. But
what are we talking about?
I'm talking about Futurama and how it just keeps getting revived. But I've been watching a lot of Johnny Two Cello's videos lately.
Does he have any violins?
Well, anyway, I used to watch a lot of his King of the Hill videos, but now I've been watching a lot of his Futurama ones, and yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Like because someone had asked him about like the season of Futurama that, like, I guess was dumped onto the internet, but
I was on Hulu.
Oh, it was on Hulu. I was like, was that officially like released or not? And apparently it was.
Yeah, apparently they were on like the second and third season of the Hulu revival, apparently, which I'd only ever heard of the first one.
That's nuts.
Might tell you about how well it's being received, and then if there's no advertising for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah. But what I was talking about is that I remember I was there when the Comedy Central revival, so technically the first revival happened, and yeah, but
that was the early 2010s, right?
Yeah, it's like late 2000s, 2010s. It's like I remember watching the finale when it aired, but yeah, what I learned from the Johnny Two Cello's videos is that apparently even during the Comedy Central revivals, they held the voice actors casting over their heads until they accepted a lower pay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's got to be illegal, isn't it?
Yeah, that kind of makes me look at that revival differently now.
I'll bet. Sorry.
You need another microphone over there.
Even though that season does have probably one of the best episodes of television ever. It's like the late Philip J. Fry's, the episode where it's like they go into the time machine and they have to keep going forward until the universe resets.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful episode.
Yeah, there were some gems in that. It's not like The Simpsons where it's been like a slow decline over time. It's like some episodes are either the best, like probably some of the best television ever, kinda okay, and some duds in there. Yeah, it's not like The Simpsons where it's like even the good episodes today, it's like you look at them, it's like, yeah, it's a good episode.
Probably not going to be groundbreaking.
Which is what The Simpsons was back in, like, 1995. So it's like, you kind of look at that and it's like, I mean, this is good, but, like, what did we lose along the way? But in any case, so Billy West's panel wrapped. I think he went overtime in terms of his, like, panel appearance, which was nice.
Make it so he could do, like, the full half hour he was originally scheduled for.
I think he went even longer than that. It felt like he was up there for a good long while.
Billy West is definitely one of those guys who does it for the love of the game.
Oh yeah, he could have retired like a decade ago.
He's in his like 70s now.
He's in his 70s. He just loves. This is his place. This is what he loves doing.
This is his tism.
Yeah, exactly. But Billy West was not the only thing that drew us to Midwest Toy and Comic Fest, because these smaller cons have always been good about, there's always that one item, that one legendary pole.
Those hidden gems in the vendor's hall.
That Christian replica for $15 and that one.
Yeah. Oh, that was at the Peoria con.
No, it was at.
Yeah, that same booth I bought those stickers at.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was at the Peoria one. Oh, I think it was both. I saw it at both.
But walking around, my poll this time was none other than a full VHS set of Wallace and Gromit from from Britain, like BBC Video. It was the original, like, British packaging and everything. The box was a little worn, but, you know, it still was like, holy shit, this is legit. You know what I mean? And I paid, like, $10 for the whole thing, so I'm saving. I might, maybe not for this anime club, but I might show it at some point just to be like, I gotta make use out of these VHSs somewhere.
Yeah, and I'd always be happy to watch some Wallace and Gromit.
You know, I think we did find one of our old VHS machines in the ranch.
Oh, no need. I got all my VHS equipment back there.
I'm just saying, maybe for us. But, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. What did you guys get there?
I just found the pictures of my folder. We were kind of broke then, so we didn't really buy too much. Just got some stickers and a figure. So for stickers, there's that same booth that had the Chris Chan medallion, which I talked Steven out of buying. It's like, no, we will not allow any more misfortune into our house.
That's fair.
So, I think there was like a buy 4 for 4 for 5 thing on stickers.
Yep.
And that person had really good stickers. So, got one of Hello Kitty and Sonic holding hands that says, "Can't spell autism without us."
Aww, that's cute.
Then a pill bottle that says, "I take my meds," which Steven really talked me into getting that one.
It was the last one, and you were trying to decide which one to get, and I just said that one because it'd be funny.
And then, of course, for one of my ironic teenage fixations that kind of became unironic, Nanoland.
Oh, yeah.
And the little girl from Nanoland says, "You are so wonderful."
Aww. What was the figure again?
Oh, I'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
And then there's one more sticker that says, "Dollar Tree Daddy." Which even now, because I work next to a Dollar Tree, so I'm going to Dollar Tree even more now.
Grab you a soda or something.
Yeah, just walk over after work, grab an energy drink. Yeah,
Way to do it.
They have rock stars there for $1.
Nice. That's awesome.
And then for the figure, that one booth there that always has anime figures, and they always have like at least a couple Love Live ones there, so I finally got one that I've always been eyeing for a while. It's Hanamaru, my best girl of Aqua, and her first OP, Aozora Jumping Heart outfit.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the one I bought for you, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. Those guys go to like every of those Midwest Toy and Comic Quad Con type events.
Yeah. In fact, I always buy at least one Love Live figure from them every time I see them.
I've bought one or two from them. I bought a Ruby, and I got...
Sunny Day Song, Nico.
They had one of the Sunny Day Song. Oh, before we move on from Midwest Toy and Comic Fest, we found like that whole row of Love Live. The ones where like it was like a snap together model or whatever.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Oh yeah, that was the last Quad Con.
Oh, okay. I got my timeline mixed up. I'm sorry.
Wait, did we have a Quad Con for this, or did we talk about that on the last pod?
Last one. That was the last con that we did before.
Okay, so we've already talked about the tube figures.
The tube?
Yeah, which I call them my test tube babies.
I know, because they're so weird looking. But
so yeah, I think that's all we bought from...
Yeah, we were only there for like maybe 2.5 hours. We were there longer than usual because Billy West was doing the panel. But I don't know, you can spend about 2 hours in there looking at stuff.
Then I think after that we just went and had Anime Club.
Yep. And then...
Oh wait, I actually remembered something we actually did, me and Steven did the day before that. Before that Midwest Toy and Comic Fest, we went to a special Anime Magic Inked event.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk a little bit about that, by all means.
So, Anime Magic Inked had a little promotional event at a little place in Naperville called Kung Fu Tea. And since Naperville's only like an hour away from where we live now, we just figured, might as well just have a little day trip, grab a drink or something. So, we just went over there. It was a smaller event than what we thought it would be. It was like just like maybe like 6 vendors' booths just in the parking lot of this little strip mall.
Yeah.
And see, Kung Fu Tea, the Oreo, there's like an Oreo smoothie thing. Yeah, those are really good.
She had the Oreo smoothie. I had the coffee because your boy will have coffee at any given opportunity. And it was good. Met a few of the server people there.
That's good.
One said you got drove up for this, and I'm like, yeah.
It's only an hour.
Yeah.
The bus doesn't come up here. The bus only goes up to Midway. So.
Oh.
Like, if you want us to go to Midway and then get a way back, sure, we can try that, I guess. But
wait, does one of them live like closer to downtown?
I think our friend that said that lives in Plainfield.
Yeah, he lives in Plainfield.
Okay, I got you. Speaking of closer to Chicago, shall we move on to the actual big con of of this run?
Oh yeah, it's our very first Hallowfest.
Hallowfest,
which it's the con's second year, but this is our first year actually going.
Mm-hmm. And I gotta tell you, I've been in communication with these guys ever since we said, because the story goes that we wanted to do this other small con in Peoria called AkiCon, but
that's another one that started last year, and that's at the hotel that Anime Zap happens at. So I really wanted to go to that one, but
yeah, because I like above all I like the hotel actually.
Yeah.
Then we submitted our panels, and they only approved us for one.
Which is weird considering what the schedule ended up looking like, but
when that schedule actually dropped, and all the people I followed that actually work, because I follow a bunch of Love Live Vocaloid cosplayers that are usually end up being in the Idol Fests and stuff, and a lot of people I knew were going to that.
Right, and it was kind of a threadbare schedule, but at the time, back in July, when they basically rejected most of our stuff, I was kind of scrambling, because it's like
fine, let's find another OctoberCon.
Yeah, and we looked around, and I didn't even have to look that hard, honestly, to find Hallowfest. Hallowfest, they had, good looking website, they had good testimonials from people who had been there before. It was hosted in Lisle, Illinois, which is right near Naperville. So it was at this...
The Sheraton?
Yeah, it was at the Sheraton, which is weird because it's the hotel is one building that's in this huge business
industrial park.
Yeah. But so I talked to the people who ran Hallowfest. It's if we submit these panels, will you approve them? Because I didn't tell her the full story, but we were just hey, we love doing panels, and they're well, that's great because we're hungry for programming, so we were more than happy to.
We love submitting panels. Give us all of them.
Yeah, they were well, we love receiving them, so send away. So yeah, we had a full boat that weekend.
8 panels.
8 panels total, and they were all our usual stuff. We did it.
We did our 2 usual 18+ ones.
Yeah, we had our 2 18+ ones. We brought the Goku panel back. I'm glad we got to do Angst and Regret again and Ave Mujica again.
And me and Heather each did a brand new panels.
Yeah, which I have a funny story about Heather's panel. Heather's did a panel about the video game Claire Obscure Expedition 33, that hot new video game.
It's getting a lot of hype and potential Game of the Year contender.
Yeah, for sure.
It got snubbed, by the way. I'll let you guys know that.
The Game Awards are already happened?
No, not the Game Awards. There's another one that they do mid-year, and it lost in favor of Battlefield 6.
Really?
Do we expect any less? I expect more, but we don't.
Right. And
This
then
is why we can't have nice things.
Correct.
And then Hannah's new panel.
Since I've been getting into Vocaloid again, and just kind of realizing that I don't really like a lot of the modern Vocaloid songs that have been getting hyped, like Mesmerizer and Rabbit Hole and stuff. So I don't actually like those songs. So I just wanted to go back to the good old days. So I just did a panel about what Vocaloid was like when I was around for it.
It's weird to be a person who doesn't like new stuff but isn't toxic about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's I do love the new Vocaloid designs. It's Yeah, I love those songs' outfits. I just don't really care for the actual songs themselves.
Yeah.
It just sounds like electronic noise. It's like the hyper pop has just ruined so many things.
Yeah.
It just sounds like electric noise at every boomer ever.
Yeah. My God, this is just toilet sounds.
Mother of God, this is just toilet sounds. Okay, so our story for Hallowfest, pretty standard going up. We're pretty sure that we saw each other on the highway up to Hallowfest.
There's at one point where me and Steve were just on the highway. We were right behind a black Kia. It's like, I think that's Wade.
Yeah.
And then you guys, like, passed the semi there. It's like, oh, dang it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were just trying to navigate, because there were some pretty, because unlike the other cons we go to, Hallowfest, you had to get onto the 355 interchange instead of the 294 interchange, which is closer to Chicago, but that could still be a zoo if you hit it.
Or you can do what we did and get off on 53.
Wait, when did you get 53?
So when you passed the semis when we went off.
Oh, okay.
So we were, so we just, got off there. I didn't want to hit the toll road because Illinois has already hit me with $80 worth of tolls I need to pay now.
He actually got a letter from the toll place
Two
with
letters.
a bill.
Oh shit! They were.
They found you.
Hey, they found me. They found my ass. So.
So anyway,
they don't get me.
So we got up there, and this was rare for us because I don't think we ever have done a day zero of a convention, like the night before the convention starts, go ahead.
The funny story about this is that this con is a Saturday-Sunday con, but on that Friday, they said it was a pajama party for people that had already pre-regged.
Yeah.
So we just
we're gonna
figured
pajama.
since it doesn't take us a long time to get up there, so we just waited till Steven got off work and until everybody got off work and then just drove up.
Yeah, and we got there, and let me tell you, pretty much the second we got there, they were rolling out the red carpet for it. Because they were offering us stuff, and they were
there was so much free food. We didn't even have. I think the only time we ever bought food was Saturday when we went down to the hotel breakfast.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So my food budget was, my entire weekend was just a food budget and maybe some small items from the vendors. And the vendors actually had just big items, price-wise.
Yeah, there wasn't really that much actually wanted from the vendors hall, besides just one booth that had some Love Live and Lupin.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I bought one of each sticker from one.
Oh yeah, you bought a fuck ton of badge ribbons?
Yes, I did. I was badge maxing that weekend.
Dude, badge ribbons have become a huge thing at cons now.
We really need to make some off the balcony badge ribbons and
hand them out at our panels. We totally should, because I'm just surprised. It's like a year ago I didn't see any badge ribbon type stuff, but now it's just boom.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, now it's just blown. I think I first started.
Now that I've noticed Amkey, ASEN, they're banning people from handing out stickers. Probably just because there have been so many incidents of people putting stickers up where they shouldn't. Mm-hmm. So I guess now just badge ribbons are replacing stickers.
And some people will be festooned with these things. They'll have
our pal Prophet at I think it was Amkey last year where he was collecting every single badge ribbon he could and just eventually made a sash.
Yeah, he made one of those bandoliers from
I told him to start with the other side if he ever got all the way over, so he just have a vest thing.
Yeah.
Crossbody.
And they're all neon colored anyway, so it would look like a safety vest. But yeah, the pajama party was awesome. I had so much fun at that little. It was just a DJ throwing on some spooky tunes and Zombie by the Cranberries. Because of course that was going to get played.
You missed out on something that would have been way up your alley.
The trivia.
You and Heather went to the actual hotel bar to get dinner, and that's about right when they started a trivia contest.
You guys did good though. You guys won the house.
Yeah.
We did.
We got first place by scoring 13 out of 25 questions right.
You didn't
Those-
See,
even
Mom,
get
I can fail and make it work.
To be fair, I think our only other competitors were like way younger than us.
Yeah, it's like, man, none of y'all even passed and you still won. I guess there might be a lesson in there somewhere. But yeah, the staff there, they were just rolling out the red carpet for us. They were like I said, giving us free stuff. They were like, I think they want us to come back next year.
Which we will.
Yeah, we'll come back.
They buttered us up so much.
Yeah.
We are coming back anytime.
It's look, hey Aki, you said no, but Hallowfest said yes.
Yeah.
And guess what? We respond to people who say yes.
Because it makes us feel good.
It makes us feel good, and it was a lot of fun. Like, so yeah, we had the trivia. We hung out for a little bit. Then I think we just went back to the room, had some drinks, and kind of went to bed.
Yeah. I think I filled myself up on the free brownies they had.
They have free cookies, free brownies.
Yeah, I've heard something about ice cream, but I didn't see it in there.
No, we kind of missed that, but
Yeah. Oh well. Plenty of other treats.
yeah. It was a very good time. Hannah got featured a number of times on there just for existing.
Yeah, I was wearing my cute My Melody e-girl pajamas. Like, yeah, that like kind of top and bottom set you see a lot of e-girls wearing. I got a set of those for myself one time. Yeah. Dude, I've never actually worn those to a con before. Might as well bring it to the pajama party, and see me on Hallowfest social medias, including one picture of the trivia contest winners where I'm making the most stupid face ever because I think I'd actually like swallowed air when the guy did the picture.
I mean, it happens, but
Yeah.
So for the official day one of Hallowfest, started normal enough. I mean,
I forget was it Angst and Regret that we kicked off with?
no, it was Goku.
Oh yeah, there's bringing back my characters that could beat Goku panel for the second time ever, but this time we expanded on it. I asked Wade and Heather for their input for characters to add because
And we had ideas.
when I debuted that one at Midwest, and I ended up going through all my prepared content in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I knew there was a lot of potential for that, but I just couldn't think of anything. So just Wade and Heather, you add characters.
Well, we certainly had characters to add, and I'm trying to think. I threw in stuff like Buster Keaton and
Like Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Tom from Tom and Jerry, or no, Jerry from Tom and Jerry. I guess Tom could.
Oh yeah, Jerry.
I guess Tom could do it too, considering all the shit he's been through. We added Gold Chip from.
Oh yeah,
And
Haru.
Haru.
Yeah, and Haru Urara, and you came up with a little jingle for.
Oh yeah, for people who've been memeing Haru Urara with the I might not be the fastest, I might not win the race.
makes me cry almost every time I hear it, though.
Always find me with a big smile on my face.
Changed for the
I'm
panel.
a little horsey running around.
Changed for the panel to.
I might not be the fastest, I might not win the race, but I will beat up Goku with a big smile on my face.
Yeah, and I think some people actually responded well to that.
Oh yeah, I think we ended up having Haru in there first, just because my thing for that panel is just submit your slides in just randomly.
Yeah.
Just scroll to a random spot, click add panel, boom.
Yeah, that's how I did it. And as far as
So I think when we got to the Haru slide, somebody from the back of the room shouted, "Where's Gold Chip?" We'll get to her.
Gold Chip definitely has a place in this panel.
He was like, I'm gonna leave if they don't have a Gold Chip, and then like halfway through, Gold Chip came in.
Yeah, I think Gold Chip said something like kind of near the end.
Yeah, Gold Chip is near the end, and that wasn't intentional. I'm just like, I've kind of front
Following
loaded.
the random rule.
Yeah, it was like I was kind of front loading some of my choices in near the front of the panel, so I decided to put some of my new choices in the back. There's no like real rhyme or reason to it, but that was kind of the instructions that Hannah gave me. So
I think the only one I really wanted to be first was just basic boys you're all gonna say, like Chuck
Shaggy,
Norris and Shaggy.
yeah, which is funny because then one kind of an oddball one that I wasn't sure was going to play, but you guys ended up liking it, was Tipsy Bartender. The guy on TikTok who makes like these just ridiculous concoctions of...
where we got the Cowboy Kool-Aid from.
From Cowboy Kool-Aid.
That has since been renamed Rocket Fuel.
Yeah. And there you have it, homeboy. The whole kitchen sink jungle juice. And you said that whenever he doesn't sip something, that's a cue that is like, okay,
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't drink this.
Yeah, if you ever mix it in an appliance that's like not like those athletic coolers you can get water out of.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, why would you put it in the sink? I get it's for like the bit, but like, why would you do it? That sort of.
I mean, if you like sanitize the ever loving shit out of it.
Yeah, if you use
I can see it.
If you use like lye, I guess, to like just really kill all the.
Or if you really had that much liner to burn, I guess. But, oh man, I ordered too much liner for my truck. I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
but
right.
not the liner for the truck. That'll just make it taste worse. But
yeah,
but
I imagine what concoction was in that sink.
Yeah.
But I'd say that your Goku panel went really well this time, and I think
definitely bringing that one back to Moricon.
Yeah, I think what made it work this time, because I wasn't there for the first time you ran through this panel, so I don't know what didn't work then. I'll say what I thought worked here was the fact that we could kind of talk about the different choices and kind of make jokes about like why we put this one in here, like your little ha-ra-ra jingle, like and adding some more video clips to kind of like, you know, space out the time and everything. Yeah. So yeah, I think what made it work was kind of the added commentary and even asking members of the audience to like say, "Hey, give us your thoughts on this," that sort of thing.
I'd say the last time we did this, I left it in charge for Hannah to do, and she does putting it together. It's always a good job, but we thought that we could make 26 slides last longer than it did.
Yeah.
Instead of like a 50-minute ordeal, we had a 10-minute deal. We just did 5 times.
Right.
So, but no, we had multiple people cycle through, so we just made it for their viewing, and they gave us ideas. We kind of wrote them down, put them in there later, and then now we got something pretty good.
Definitely. All right, so Goku was a thumbs up. Oh, I want to say real quick, a friend of ours from the server actually joined us for Hallowfest.
Yeah. And he actually tagged along with us for something that might be the peak con moment of the year, where the main woman that was all over the con helping us out.
Oh, yeah.
And she saw us when we were in the hallway about to go back up to our rooms, and she saw us like, "Hey, you guys want some of the staff lunches?"
Yeah, that's how we had lunch that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was they just gave us like
they're just
free food,
boxes full of like ham sandwiches,
and they were good.
Yeah.
They were good. And it's like
Hannah gave me her tomato.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny for the people who say that there's no such thing as a free lunch. That might be true, but host some anime panels and then get back to me.
I mean, technically the panels are work, but it don't feel like work.
No, they don't, and they
How many jobs can you do when you get drunk on the job?
probably more than you'd expect. But
yeah, if you're like one of those people who do like winery blogging, you're drunk pretty much all the time.
Sommelier, sommelier who gets high on his own supply.
the beer tasters who swear it's just a hobby.
Yeah. It has earthy tones. What, it tastes like dirt? What are you talking about?
Let's sidetrack this real quick. There's a in one of the places that we sometimes record, there is a place called Distil.
Right.
Yeah, and they have their one of their breweries in the north end of town, and I went there once. I think we were doing someone's 21st birthday with a group of friends, and they had us taste each beer in a process of making it. So there was one that was like that just looked like moss green.
Ooh.
And it was like, this is just water and hops.
Yeah, because that's what hops look like.
Water, hops, and a little bit of yeast to make the alcohol. I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. Grass.
It just tastes like grass.
It tasted like wet, moldy grass. It was like the worst thing. It took me maybe 3 to 5 of the second one that we had to get that taste out of my mouth.
Ooh, yeah, that was a beer in process, right?
Yeah, or what they call a very hoppy beer because they put a lot of
a
hops in
hoppy
it.
beer. No, it's not a hoppy beer. It's just hops.
You know the alfalfa grass that
Yeah,
the horses are sometimes eat. Yeah, it just tastes like that but wet.
yeah. It's like, what is even the point? There's like, was there any alcohol content to it?
Yeah, there was.
Okay, wasn't worth it, I imagine, but
No, especially when you get drunk off of like of everything else, and then they pass around like 5 or 6 or 7 free samples of the holiday beer that just tastes like apple juice, and you just end up getting shit hammered. Yeah, it's great.
yeah.
But anyway, back to Hallowfest. I think we all liked that one.
The Goku panel went really well.
Yep.
And then we had another panel just a couple of hours later, which was Angst and Regret.
Yep.
Finally brought that one back.
I have 2 panels that I have. I have anime music and I have Angst and Regret. Angst and Regret, if you guys remember the pool meme, where they have like the parent paying attention to a child. It's like, that's my Angst and Regret child, the one that's driving off to the side is my anime music child.
Yeah.
And then my ideas are the ones that are sitting at the bottom of the pool, but
Sitting
we
at
don't
the
have to
bottom
worry
of the ocean.
Feel free to make those ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm good.
We could use some more panels.
You know,
If you
know
guys
we're
want
always
me
open.
to talk about horror cows, I guess I can try, but we'll see.
Horror what?
Horror cows, like little cows, but a lot worse.
Oh, okay.
That one might be a bit controversial.
We'll table that for another discussion.
See, skeleton at the bottom of the ocean. It's fine.
Yeah, more ways than one.
Then again, me and a buddy from the server were thinking about collabing for a lolcow panel, so we'll
do it. Yeah, go for it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But
Angst and Regret.
Angst and Regret is always a fun time.
Yeah, and some of my friends from out of town, they're Lex.
Oh yeah, that girl that was there in the audience.
Yeah. Lex and their family came from out of town, not to see us. We didn't even know we were going to be at the same.
We're just walking in. Hey.
Yeah, we saw each other. It was so cool to see them again. But their family came and watched us do our stuff with Angst and.
Here, my food's about here.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so we did our Angst and Regret stuff. Any specific reactions that you? It felt like it was a good panel.
I will say this with Angst and Regret, because so many cons have told me that I can't do it. Some of my jokes I usually tell during it got rusty. Because I have a rotation of jokes up here in my head, where I tell I can make some points and make beats off of it. It was like the jokes were really good. I could bounce them off even when I was shit hammered. But because I haven't done it, I had to explain Jimmy to Mary, and I haven't seen that show in 2 years, 3 years.
When you showed it to us, unless you watched it again.
It was when I first joined you guys. I was like, hey. I know this first show isn't going to be the best, but I got to remember if this is a fever dream or not. And it wasn't a fever dream. It's what gave birth to that panel.
It felt like a fever dream, like when we first we're talking about Dream Eater Mary.
Yeah.
It felt like a fucking fever dream because I didn't know what the hell was going on for most of it. Granted, I was pretty hungover.
Yeah, but that's a show. I need to get a synopsis pulled up if we're going to do this, because that entire show is just...
And no disrespect, but no one knew what you were talking about when we brought that show up. No one.
Yeah.
And it's
that's the usual response, though. No one really remembers it, because it's one of those, go read the manga, which apparently ended 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
and it started in the early aughts, 09, I think.
Yeah.
So that's
it was a long time coming with that show, but
it was a 10-year manga. That's right.
I should have brought some plates.
Hey, here, I can go get them.
Okay.
Here,
I don't know where your plates are.
Upstairs.
Here, keep talking.
I say things and Hannah gets mad at me. That's what happens.
Stealing one of your fries.
I didn't get fries. That's okay.
You didn't?
No. So Yeah, Angst and Regret, I love doing it whenever we can. I think what happened is people started thinking of it is that we were making fun of their shows and not poking fun at the shows in kind of like a jovial way.
Yeah.
What was funny? Oh, here, let me get back to the actual microphone.
Yeah, I mean, funny.
Oh, sorry.
The funny thing is for that it was very. Well, how do I put this? It was like every time we do it, it's a blessing to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause at this point, people are like, "No, don't make fun of my shows," because I always like to make fun of the newer cringe stuff like Mashoka Tensei, 100 Girlfriends, and
Rent a Girlfriend.
Yep.
Rent a Girlfriend. Yep. Those three, especially the 100 Girlfriends, which is just what if each of my fetishes had a personality trait?
Personality is doing a lot of heavy lifting, and
There are some certain words that are doing a lot of heavy lifting, and that's one of them.
the 100, especially those really, really, really the repeated use of
Like
because
5 really.
this guy sounds like. Look, I might be getting a little unhinged here, but this guy sounds more like a sex trafficker than
Yeah. I just hate the thought process of that show, which is just kid prays for a girlfriend in high school. God says bet times 100.
Yeah, it gives them all the different.
And just says if you need to marry one of them or else you guys all die.
Yeah, which I guess.
Or no, marry each of them or else you both die. And it's like, okay.
And like the common rebuttal is that's like a deconstruction of the harem.
No, that was for Rent a Girlfriend.
Rent a Girlfriend is
Yeah, it's a deconstruction of the harem anime, and as usual, a car crash is often a deconstruction of a car, but I can watch that.
Yeah, and it's like people who say, "Well, you can criticize anime, but you couldn't make that. You couldn't make that." It's like, yeah, motherfucker, I don't know how to land a plane, but I'm pretty sure I can appraise a plane crash. But
There was like a Steve, a very good comedian that I need to start watching, and is Steve Hofstetter.
oh yeah, I like that guy.
And he always has a bit where he's like, since you can't do this thing, you can't critique it. But I can also say there's a helicopter in the tree. I can tell you it's not supposed to be there.
Right? Yeah. That's kind of where I come at it. And it's like the thing is, I think some of the refusals of Angst and Regret, I think they're a bit confused because every time we've done that panel, we haven't gotten a lot of pushback. If anything, we've gotten people like kind of seconding us
A lot of the times, yeah.
Yeah, and saying no. I remember when this show was.
Yeah, this was my cringe show.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Now, was it this one or was it at? No, it was at Anime Iowa where the girl said that her grandparents let her watch Clan Ad on PBS.
ooh.
And remember parents walking.
Yeah, that was also the very wrong panel. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, I made 2 very similar panels, and then my wires get crossed. It's all
Boy,
that happens.
that's a rough watch. Like regardless of context.
Which I did look that up after she said it, and yeah, apparently some PBS stations, I think commonly in California, where they just play anime sometimes.
Oh, well,
So there is a very high chance that Clannad actually did play on US TV.
that's interesting. Like, imagine you're waiting for Arthur and you watch the episode where Nagisa goes into labor. It's like, what the fuck?
Learning some hard lessons early.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, Angst and Regret went well. I always love sitting in on that panel because I just love seeing the reactions, like, of people who probably remember the show and have maybe been waiting for a chance to, like, tear it apart, or maybe have, like,
Sometimes I like saying that I unlock memories that people don't want to have unlocked.
yeah. Well, for me, I have a different perspective when it comes to Angst and Regret because I got into anime a lot later in life than most people who experience anime, because I didn't start watching anime until I was like 18, 19, 20 years old, around there. That's when I really started getting into it. So the way I experienced a lot of these like cringe shows was that, you keep in mind my friends were around the same age, maybe a little bit younger than me. They would have still been into that stuff when they're showing it to me. So the way I experienced it was kind of in the same way, because they were still with the show at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's kind of like I don't know. I don't want to say that I was like a fresh set of eyes or anything, because I kind of was watching the anime through their perspective because of what they had said about it. And so, yeah, I got all that stuff. I got Sword Art Online, I got Elfen Lied, I got, what are some of the other shows?
Akame got killed.
Akame got killed came later, but in somewhat similar circumstances.
Well, I do love breaking people's minds with that, the guy behind, was it Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Was basing most of his stuff off Akame got killed.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And people are like, no. Fucking Christ. People are like, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it did.
Well, people don't want to admit that something like...
Something garbage actually made something gold, you know?
Yeah, because Jujutsu Kaisen is like one of the biggest anime ever right now.
Yeah. Go to a con, you're going to see at least like 10 gojos.
Yeah, and it's like this, like a lot of people love, and I don't want to. I'm not here to rain on anyone's parade.
I think Megan Thee Stallion made an entire song about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there like trying to contemplate who is she sampling in this, and it turned out to be a character from Jujutsu Kaisen. I can't remember
the main character.
Right. And the thing about that is, because Jujutsu Kaisen is considered to be one of the coolest anime ever right now. It's considered, like, I've heard it called like an aura farming masterpiece to a certain extent. But what's funny is that fact about its lineage is directly traced back to Akame Got Killed, which is famously a show that we have shown very little love towards. Because
so we have torn to pieces.
Yeah. And yeah, like, so getting a chance to kind of not really vent, because it's like, fuck, we're not angry at these shows. It's just kind of like, except Darling and the Franxx. But it's almost like, I would say, like, kind of, this might be an interesting way to put it, critical nostalgia, where it's like,
yeah, I see that.
You have good memories of watching these shows, but you're able to look at the show through a more critical lens and be like, yeah, that didn't really hold up. And it's not even like really shitting on the show. It's just more being like, hey, this wasn't what we thought it was. So
no, this was more of a miss than I remember.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, Angst and Regret wrapped, and then we had like about a 4-hour gap before we had to be back on stage again.
Went to our pal Mia's panel.
Yeah, we went to Mia's panel. Mia had a new panel about Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country, the old CGI Donkey Kong cartoon.
Where a whole bunch of the memes come from.
Yeah.
I you with coconut cream.
Yeah, there were more memes that came out of that show than even I was clued into. But
those songs just go so much harder than they should.
Yeah. And so we got to see those panels. We hung out. I think we did some more stuff in like the ballroom, and pregame before our panels and everything. And then
they had a themed tavern.
Yeah, they sure with a full
room there called the Tavern. They gave out hot dogs.
Yep.
Some other food there. I forget.
Let me get to the mic.
They
had hot dogs. They had pretzels.
Pretzels.
2 different cheeses.
And a very
popcorn.
Popcorn and a very well stocked bar area, like surprisingly well stocked bar area.
Yeah. The food was free. You had to pay for the alcohol.
Yeah, which fair.
And the sodas were free too.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dogs weren't bad actually. They were a good like pick me up on Sunday. But
if you have 5 of them like I did, it's called a meal.
Yeah. Me and Steven just gorged ourselves on the free tavern food.
Got yourself the glizzies. But
got the glizzies at the tavern, yeah.
The tavern glizzies. But yeah, moving on from that, great afternoon, great early evening. We hung out with Mark a little bit over in the bar, as we tend to do, or I did with Heather. There was, and then we transitioned into night mode, where we did. Where
we got drunk.
I think our first Was our first one Cursed Media?
I always get those. This time, I believe Anime When My Parents Walked In was first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that one got a good response. I'd say.
Yes.
That one always gets a good response. What are your guys' favorite clips from that show, or from that panel? Excuse me.
The Wake Up Girls 9/11.
That shit is.
That one is always a favorite of mine. Just because people starting to slowly put the puzzle pieces together. The puzzle. Wow. God, these Redbird ales actually hit me harder than I thought they would.
It's like when we watched that one, it's like just that scene played like. Wait, did he just say what I thought he said?
Yeah, we had to we rewound it a couple of times.
I think that was the first time in Anime Club we've ever had to rewind the show.
It's like hold
did we
up.
catch that right?
Now, wait a minute. Now, you're going to skip past that.
Yeah, like, wait. What did idols do?
What is entertainment? What does it mean to be an idol? And there's only one answer in my mind. It all goes back to the 11th of September when tragedy struck New York.
It's like, wait.
Of all the things you had to go to, that was like the weirdest.
I want to know what he was implying in talking about it. Like, are you implying that, like, 9/11 was entertaining? Because that's what that's kind of the direct one-to-one conclusion where it's like, what is entertainment?
Dude, did you just see the plane hit the tower? It's like, oh, we should write a cutesy song about that.
It's like,
well, in the sentences after he said, I wanted to provide entertainment to the world after after the tragedy.
But the video clip just cuts off right after he says New York.
Which, was that an edit you made? Or
no, that's how long the clip goes.
That was the only clip I could find on YouTube of it.
Well, it's good quality. Good sound, like, because sometimes finding...
And I think the person actually uploaded the video with the title, Nico Nico 9/11.
Perfect.
And so we kept that.
Oh, a clip that we got to use this time, which is one that Steven actually improved. This is why we brought his computer for this, because he has the fixed clip. It's the clip from...
Satellite Girl in the Milk Cow?
Correct.
Yes.
And the reason we had... So, for context, the clip is the main character, like...
The girl he really likes just says that she's found another guy, and he just goes on the incel rant.
After
everything I did for you!
And then when he says, you turned me into this, he unzips the thing and reveals himself to be a cow.
Credit to the girl. She did not seem unfazed by him being... like, revealing himself to be a cow.
I think she just, like, stares for a little bit, and then just... I think the clip cuts off before she does it, but she just slaps him and walks off. Yeah,
which is a crazy response. But, yeah, good. You go, girl.
I mean, as you do.
You
you are a cow. Wait, that doesn't change anything.
Yeah, it doesn't change shit. It's like, you need to learn yourself some manners, Mr. Sir. But that was the one we always loved talking about. That one, because it's like that one wasn't even really your fault. Because I shoot from the hip all the time.
Yeah, you probably would have bought that movie too.
I'm sure I looked at it a couple of times, but like there was other stuff, thankfully, that more piqued my interest. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this instead.
I thought it'd be a good movie, and then I got very, very disappointed really, really fast.
Well, it's not. Brian, the Decade of Excess guy, he does it, he's not really vetting movies by quality. It's what he can...
It's what he can get his hands on?
Yeah, what he can get his hands on and, sell. So, that's the... Usually, he sells good stuff, but, like, man, you just don't know. And, like, the thing that I like about that is he is a milk cow, but he's, like, still a guy.
Yeah.
So, like... The question that we always ask during that panel is, how are they milking him?
Trans representation?
I don't know.
Is he an egg this whole time?
Moo. I don't know. But, so, Anime When My Parents Walked In went well. And then we did... I gotta be honest, this is my favorite panel that we do of all time. Cursed Media. Yeah, I love Cursed Media.
So the fun thing about this was that we were like the only 18 plus panels in that room, so it was just us back to back. So just, once we finished up with Anime When My Parents Walk In, it's like, okay, time for bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
Just take your bathroom breaks and come back here.
We use the usual, 10-minute gap as, hey, go, stretch, phone, pee break, all that stuff, and then just come back and meet us and we'll get going again. But Cursed Media, we actually had some last-minute additions.
Oh, yes. My pal Sarah, who's gonna do some channel art for us.
Right.
Just a couple weeks before the con, she DM'd me on Discord. It's like, hey, you guys should add this to Cursed Media. There's Steven Seagal's...
Strut.
Yeah, one of Steven Seagal's songs with Lady Saw, who I only know from that one No Doubt song.
Oh, yeah.
The one where Steven Seagal wants the punani.
Yeah.
Or does Lady Saw want the punani?
I don't know who wants
clear.
what, and I don't know what the punani,
Yeah, we did have a whiteboard in that room, so probably should have just gone through the lyrics,
Yeah. And it's
draw the lines.
it's like Steven Seagal pantomiming this, reggae accent. I mean, Lady Saw, I think, is actually a reggae singer,
Yeah.
so she's actually hitting the notes and, making it sound authentic.
You got Steven Seagal just Steven Seagaling it.
Yeah, which... God, that man is a treasure.
Yeah. And then adding the Steven Seagal clip just reminded me of William Shatner's Rocket Man.
Oh, and then we threw that one in, too. Which
I'm a Rocket Man.
Yeah, him not even trying to sing Elton John.
Just doing a spoken word version of it.
Yeah, while he's, smoking a cigarette. And then there's, holographic depictions of him coming...
Yeah, it's just a freeze frame of him just looking wistfully, and then just another William Shatner just coming in.
Real quick, speaking of Elton John, did you see that clip from Bob the Builder going viral?
Yeah.
Apparently, Elton John did a rendition of Crocodile Rock for Bob the Builder back in England. And yeah, it's legit because the characters you can hear them. Cheering and singing on the track with Elton John.
Yeah, I just can't believe that Mambo Number 5 version of the Bob the Builder version of Mambo Number 5 actually did hit #1 on the British charts.
Yeah, it's.
So I just saw somebody just say one time, just so imagine two teenagers are going out to Makeout Creek, just about to do it, and then just Bob the Builder comes on the radio.
Crazy. So yeah, we added the Elton John, the William Shatner rendition of the Elton John song.
Wasn't there something else we added?
We added Strut. Oh, we did add something else. Yeah, what else did we add? Fuck, I can't.
I think we just made an update because one of them we said was German and was actually Russian.
Oh yeah, the hooch.
Oh yeah, the fruit commercial. There are two weird fruit commercials in our panel.
Yeah, I feel like the reason the Russian one just feels dirtier than the French one, the French furry one.
Yeah.
I feel like the French furry one actually was a major production. It's they're actually behind the scenes videos, they brought on just a bunch of dancers just in the mocap suits.
Oh, okay.
It was an elaborate routine.
And that's pretty advanced for 2009 or whenever that commercial came out.
Yeah, that one was a labor of love. The Russian one is just dirty for the sake of it.
it's like the French one is an elegant love letter. The Russian one is
a gazelle and a bear doing an elaborate routine that brings the whole animal kingdom together.
And the Russian one is just
fruits in a strip club.
Yeah, it's like the Russian. It's like
I did not need to see an orange's butt cheeks.
Not just
did
that,
not
but
see the grape's boobs.
Yeah, not just an orange's butt cheeks, but the orange's butt cheeks flex. Like, bruh, what are we doing, bro?
A little flat to be flexing there,
though. Well, he's an orange, so it'd be a lumpy orange if had it going on. But
should have used a pear anyway.
Yeah, that would have actually made some. Could you imagine how much cocaine was required to make it?
People don't really peel pears.
Yeah, that's true. I get what they were going for, but it's like, why are we even having this conversation? Anyway, Cursed Media.
Because alcohol's involved.
Cursed Media was fun.
Yeah, if we were thinking this episode was going to be shorter than our usual.
It's only been an hour 15.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. And plus, we're almost done with Hallowfest anyway. So the next day, Sunday, we only had the 3 panels. We had Animusic, which I really like the updates you made to Animusic, by the way. I like how you included Hannah more. You couldn't really include me more because it's like very on and off when I'm even a part of that panel.
We pretty much only ever get Animusic approved when it's like a con that we're not together at.
Yeah. But I like the inclusions that you guys made. And I actually had some answers of my own, like favorite ED, My World Down from Beck, obviously. You had favorite ED, you had favorite soundtrack. I think one of you had like Persona as one of your...
Oh yeah, I think our favorite video game soundtracks.
Right.
Which I actually think I have a new favorite Persona song now that me and Steven have been playing Persona 4 Golden these last few days.
Right.
And yeah, I think one of my favorite songs now is a song that does not need to go as hard as it does. It's Tanaka from the Home Shopping Network. Just every Sunday in the game you can order items off the TV.
Oh.
And yeah, it just has a little jingle whenever he has the Home Shopping Network on. And it's just the funkiest song ever. It's like, why does this go so hard?
We'll show you after.
Yeah, please do. Is that like the pause screen in that James Bond Nintendo 64 game where it's like
kinda, yeah.
where the pause screen is just like, hey, that sort of thing. But yeah, this Animusic went really well. And Sunday we had this guy who came to all 3 of our panels. He was an older gentleman, kind of reminded me of Rick Moranis.
Yeah, a little bit.
But he had really
wasn't
good...
he in like a kind of like Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Kind of looked like Harold Ramis from that movie. But a great guy. He had a lot of good, insightful questions and stuff.
It's like he was always just responding to our stuff.
Yeah. He good, cool dude. But yeah.
So I do love it when older people come to our panels because like they usually have a lot of stuff to add to.
I think they see that we're including stuff that's outside of like the popular like zeitgeist, and it's like that speaks to them more.
Yeah, we're not talking about like Has-Been and Danganronpa.
Yeah, we're talking about like stuff that they may have grown up with, like Gem and the Holograms and G.I. Joe and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I think when we were talking about like it was during Animusic that somebody brought up Gem.
Yeah.
I think it was that guy.
The voice actress for Gem has called me cute at least twice.
Yeah. Oh, did she call you cute when you were Haruhi?
And no, it was when I was Mikmiku at Planet Funk.
Oh, okay.
There's one time, I think it was last year's Midwest Toy and Comic Fest in Bloomington when I was dressed up as Hanamaru. She called me cute.
Which is so funny because she's like the first of those like
singing character on TV who's also a famous singer in real life.
Yeah.
Portraying the character.
Yeah, and like, so she was like the first one to do that kind of thing. And
Love Live probably wouldn't really exist much without you.
Yeah, it's so weird that it's like you're able to bridge that gap. But yeah, so Animusic went well. We had a gap where we basically just kind of killed time because it's like we couldn't do more drinking. We were,
we had to drive home that day.
We had to drive home and everything. So it was just kind of a chill day. We just hung out.
Wandering around the vendor. Oh yeah, I probably should talk about that one booth that was like the only booth I really bought things from because I dressed up as Love Live for both days.
Right.
I was Mirai Harmony Shizuku on Saturday. So I just walk in the vendor's hall, just pass by their booth, and the girl there says, Niji! I love Niji Gasaki!
Right.
She recognized exactly what song I was cosplaying from. I think she even recognized I was Shizuku.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's the one with the hat, right?
Well, they all have hats.
Oh, okay.
You know how little that narrows it down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that thing is for Kanata, and that song she has like the little hair horns.
Oh,
coming
yeah.
Like, do the little ram horns with her, and like, I don't know how to do that, but Shizuku's just her hair down with the hat, so like, I'll get Shizuku's.
Yeah.
Back when I was still buying cosplays.
Right. Shizuku, I was going to say, Shizuku is probably one of the most easily recognizable ones because of her
big ribbon?
Yeah, the ribbon in the back of her hair, but not in this but apparently it didn't matter to that vendor because I heard her go off until I turned around.
Talked about Love Live a lot, and she even told me that like she had a little box of like envelopes of stickers that like she was probably retiring. There, it's like I got some Love Live ones in there, so I just looked around and just saw a pack of one of those labeled Muse.
Right.
Like, I'll buy these, and she even gave me a $2 discount.
Oh, well, that was nice of her.
And there's stickers of all 9 Muse members in the Sunny Day song outfits.
Oh yeah, I just love Sunny Day song.
Yeah. And then the next day I was Sumire in the Hajimari wa Kimi no Sora outfit. So,
it's like that green checkered pattern.
yeah. So I just walked in there the next day. I was going to buy some Verlupin stuff there because she had little posters of, it was like wanted posters of all the Lupin characters.
Yeah, those were cool.
Yeah. So I just walk in there and it says, Sumire! And then she handed me this thing, like another thing she was retiring. There was Kachu, his Sumire's subunit.
Oh, yeah.
Kanon Sumire in May.
Okay.
There's a thing on there, but like the back of it, there's supposed to be a QR code that leads to a playlist of Kachu songs.
Gotcha.
But then
the link, or I think most of the songs ended up getting deleted, or the playlist doesn't work anymore.
The playlist exists, but
there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I tested it out too.
Yeah.
It's like
I think once the songs go into streaming, because it was the official Love Live playlist, they deleted it all once it went to streaming.
Speaking of Love Live subunits, Bluebird over this past period announced their new subunit names, and spoiler alert, they're terrible.
I need to pull up the list because just all of these names.
I'd say I know one of them's Minority.
Oh yeah,
and it's spelled so stupid. You guys, okay, that's it, Love Live fandom. You've lost your voting privileges. Emergency powers have been declared.
Okay, I've got it. So, the Asakusa-based unit, that's Polka, Mai, Akira, and Hanabi. The name that won is Chaki.
That's certainly a name.
Yeah.
Fucking chop it, alright.
And then Fukui, which is Miracle and Noriko. It's Mai times Nori equals T, which it's supposed to be pronounced minority. Minority.
So when they cover Fuck the Police.
I'm like, what else? Well, how else are we supposed to take that? God damn it!
And then Umeda, which is Yukari, Aurora, and Midori. Their name is Plumina, which in the grand scheme of things, that's probably the best name, but I don't.
It's barely mediocre, but
it's not the one I was voting for.
Right.
And then there's
the Sendai, which is just the girl Shion, and the unit is called Shion, but the I is a 1.
Okay, I kind of don't hate that.
That'd be really funny.
That's kind of clever.
It would be really funny if they do like a next gen version of that, and
if they're doing what Hasu's doing and just keep adding characters every year.
But yeah, sorry, Love Live fandom, you've lost your democracy privileges because you don't know how to use them, right? But yeah, so we had fun in the vendors hall on Sunday. And then Heather did her Claire Obscure Expedition 33 panel, brand new panel. I think she did great with it. Heather can be somewhat self-critical in about like what she's done, but I thought it was a good panel. Like you taught me a lot of stuff about the game.
For her first time panel, she did great.
Yeah, just gotta do a little polish. It's not a big deal.
That's what I kept telling her. I'm like, maybe you had a little bit too much information you were trying to stuff in at one time, but other than that,
But the key ingredients work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just the more times you do it, you know what to take out, what to leave in.
Yeah, you learn what to cut. You learn, maybe you add some stuff here, but I
download the clips.
What's that?
Download the clips.
Yeah, well, we didn't have time because she hadn't picked them out yet.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that panel went good. It was funny. There was a guy there who showed up at the very end. In fact, you could probably take those Angry Orchards out of the freezer if you want.
Okay.
Just bring them down here.
Or no, just put them in the fridge, but I don't want them to get like frosted over. But
it came into the last thing like, oh man, I was looking forward to this panel.
And I even said it out loud, like, poor guy missed the whole thing. And like the whole room laughed at that joke because it's like, yeah, poor guy. But yeah, the Expedition 33 panel went really well. I don't really have a lot to say because I don't know the game all that well.
I like the music.
The music's good. The design is incredible.
The only bad thing is that they're French. That's been a joke. There's like one of my favorite jokes about that is a guy who gave it a thumbs down because like he just like gave it a raving review. Loved the music, the mechanics, the storyline. He said the only bad thing about this game is that they make the French likable, and I can't stand that. Thumbs down.
Which is funny because most of the...
I didn't realize you put the drinks in the freezer. I was looking in the fridge for a long time. Where are they? Am I just going blind?
Oh, I thought I said free. My bad. I should have...
It's alright.
But yeah, which is funny because most of the voice actors in Clair Obscur are actually British.
Oh yeah. Wasn't the main guy from Daredevil?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What's that guy's name again? Like Charlie...
I remember one time I think I was looking up some other game on behind the voice actors and just like when you go to the bottom of the page there's like the top 10 like what people have been looking up that week's and I saw Clair Obscur on there so I just clicked on it to look and I saw Andy Serkis.
Yeah, which that's cool. And like apparently the guy who plays Daredevil is starting to get recognized more for his Expedition 33 character at conventions and just out in public now, which I think is kind of interesting.
It must be weird for actors like when they're mostly known for one thing at cons, like everybody wanting their autograph for one show and then just suddenly just one day everybody's there for something different.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I guess this is what we're doing now.
Like, this is the project that takes off.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
It's
but
like Sean Schemmel for fucking Goku.
Yeah.
That does the same voice for Wukong.
Right, yeah. Okay, so last but not least, the very final panel of that we hosted at Hallowfest was Hannah's brand new...
I think I named it Before Sekai. It's like Before Project Sekai. Vocaloid Boomer History Lesson. So
I had a really good time with that panel. I didn't know shit. Same with the Clair Obscur panel, but, it was a cool thing to get to learn all this stuff.
Yeah, I just like talking about the early era of Vocaloids. So
It's
like, I think I got into Vocaloid around, like, 2012, 2013, so, like, I was there for the V3 era, and, like, the birth of the V4 era, so I just like going back.
Sure. And, I think what I liked most about that panel was just... like kind of understanding like what this software actually is. Like it's not so much. I mean, the characters are important and stuff,
But they're mostly just there for marketing.
Yeah, they're there for marketing, but they've taken on lives of their own through the fandom. Like the whole.
It's like, I think a lot of things is just some songs like that give a character a personality become popular, and then the fandom's like, okay, this is just their personality for now.
And I want to bring that up because. Recently, there's kind of been this whole thing about democratization of art in terms of like what like AI bros say that AI can do for art and democratizing it.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people calling Vocaloid AI.
Yeah, well that, but I more mean like I would point to the Vocaloids as being like a direct refutation of the democratization of art because it's like. Anyone could go into a Japanese Best Buy, pick up this software, put it on their computer, and just start making songs with it. You just have to get good at it. And that's what I think the AI bros are missing. And plus, I think a lot of those...
Vocaloid is a voice for the people.
Yeah, right. And I think... Some of that
just get the silicone vibrator. We're good to go.
Right. but yeah, I thought it was interesting that it's more about. It really is more about the software than it is about like these characters, like Rin and Len. Is that how you say their names?
Yeah.
Like they weren't. It wasn't that they were twins initially. It was like
they were just meant to be. think the official description Krypton gives is that they're mirrored sounds.
Yeah, like one has a more masculine voice and the other has a more feminine voice, and then people took that and ran with it and made them into twins.
Yeah,
With
it's
a
more.
disturbing amount of incest songs.
Yeah, it's just more up. Oops. Sometimes it's incest, sometimes it isn't. It's just more. It's up to the people who make the songs with them whether they want them to be lovers or siblings or both.
I like the sibling angle more.
Yeah, I can pretty much only ever see them as twins.
Right. But yeah, I really enjoyed that panel. I think he did a fantastic job with it.
Yeah, I just think I need to just get better at presenting it.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a pretty beefy panel.
It's just like your Love Life panel, I think.
Yeah, I think I also was like a little bit hungover and tired that day too, so I wasn't really presenting my best either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was starting to get a little dehydrated near the end too, so just wasn't really talking my best.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think you did great. I think the panel went great, and I think the con went great too.
That Folklore panel was like right at the end of the con, so just after that was over, we just parted ways.
Yeah, and it was good. Like, we're gonna be back for Hallowfest next year because they put on a good show, and there are growing pains, obviously, but like totally overlookable.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I think they're growing at a pretty good pace.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not like Anime Magic by trying to expand too soon. And
here's my thing about Hallowfest, because it was started by people who got
former cop staff.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's what I like about that is like they're former cop staffers who left the AnimeCon.org promotion to start their own promotion. For me, this is like let 1,000 blossoms bloom. Like, if people are getting out from under Ryan Kopp's organization and starting their own convention, that's just more opportunities for us to go to conventions. So.
I mean, from all the shit talking I was hearing in the hallway, it seems like they really learned what not to do from him.
Yeah.
Like, ask for consent.
I ain't saying, but...
I mean...
I will deal with the cease and desist letters soon, it's fine.
Yeah, I sure next time I see Cop online just doing some shit like that, I am just gonna post the police report, like, hey, is this you?
I will say the funniest bit about that police report is that he copyrighted his own picture.
Oh yeah, it's the original post where that's archived from. I guess there was a picture of him, and then the pictures of the police report. But the first photo, which I'm guessing was the picture of him, got copyright struck, so you can't see that one. But the entire police report is still there.
You reminded me of a scene from Animaniacs where Yakko has this picture of this like nerdy looking dude, and he's like, "Is this you?"
Yeah.
Which in that Billy West, he's an Animaniacs, I believe.
I think so.
I would not be surprised if it was him.
He has to be in there somewhere. But in any case, Hallowfest 2025, banging con, we will be back.
Yeah, we will be there 2026.
All right, let's do our threadbare anime roundup for. Or wait, did you have some?
I think I was just gonna say that the next two cons we have is. I think next week we have a quad con.
Yeah, in Peoria.
Nice.
And then we'll be at Anime Magic Inc. Full boat of panels.
Hopefully they actually give us our schedule soon.
Yeah, we'll see what's happening, but
something tells me this is more venue pains than it really is planner pains.
Yeah,
based on what I've heard about it.
Because Anime Magic Inc. is a sub 5,000 attendee convention. They can handle that easily.
Yeah.
Anime Magic this year was like, I think, over 10,000.
Anime Magic is absorbing Midwest's falling off.
Yeah.
And since they kind of exploded one year, they're trying to overcompensate, and it just went, yeah.
Yeah. But I think Anime Magic Inc. is going to be fun. I mean, it was great last year. In fact, Anime Magic Inc. 2024 and Hallowfest this year had so many strange similarities.
Mm-hmm.
They felt like the same kind of convention to me. except for one was a one-nighter and the other was a two-nighter. But in any case, moving on to our bear anime roundup.
I will do the housekeeping now, because we always have to have a little bit of housekeeping.
Can we do the housekeeping at the end?
Sure.
Or unless you really have something that you want to say.
I do, actually. So, like, subscribe, share, do that. That's great, thanks. We also, I know like a long time ago, I was going to do a Teespring and Redbubble. Redbubble is being stupid because we have to have 5 separate pieces of things to have before we can launch anything. But Teespring doesn't. So when I am home tomorrow with nothing to do, maybe playing Persona 4, but when I'm home tomorrow, I might just get that Teespring stuff done. And so that way we actually have some things you can buy our merch. I will pay the artists what they're owed. Don't worry. I will be more than fair to our artists for that. And then might be able to. It'll be in the link tree down below, which is down below. And please, if you guys don't want to do merch, you can always do stuff via Throne. I have no idea what Throne is. I've never really looked at the site too long, but I'm pretty sure it's like Amazon affiliate, but not Amazon affiliate, I guess is the best way to put it. But look at Throne, look at our link tree. I'll get the Teespring up there soon. Like, share, subscribe, helps the channel out. Comment down below. Upvote, downvote, whatever you want. And on to our anime roundup for the night.
All right. First show was a Magical Girl show called Nanoha.
Oh yeah, Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha, which I've always heard was one of those classics of the genre.
It definitely looks like a classic of the genre.
Yeah, it was a show I couldn't even really look at the screen for because this was definitely pre-Porygon.
And
they did not care about their flashing lights at all.
And Heather, God love her, was just apologizing to you the whole time.
Yeah. So it's okay. I can listen to it.
You made it through Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Yeah. I just treat it like an audiobook.
Yeah. So, does anyone want to describe the plot of Nanoha? It's basically like this girl who gets like... it's like a Magical Girl anime. So
yeah, it's one of those actual Magical Girl shows where it's not like Madoka where it gets dark or anything.
It's actually really light, fluffy, playful. It's like she's such a good cinnamon roll that she like befriends everyone.
Yeah. She ends up becoming a magical girl by saving a magical weasel, was it?
Ferret, something like that.
Ferret. Yeah.
I don't
Because
know.
we couldn't do Luna from Sailor Moon, so...
Yeah, we can't do cats.
I think I've heard, like, aren't ferrets, like, one of the most gross pets to have? Because I've heard, like, ferrets smell horrible.
I've had friends who have owned ferrets before. They didn't really report anything about, like, smell. They can be aggressive.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe that was just... Maybe the smell is, like, incidental. But I don't know. I have never owned a ferret, so I can't say one way or the other.
Apparently, before I was born, my parents owned a prairie dog.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird thing about my family. Apparently they just owned a fuck ton of weird pets before they decided to have kids.
Well,
if we can go with a prairie dog, we can deal with kids. They falsely assumed.
Yeah, apparently they had a prairie dog, a rabbit that my mom was allergic to, but they still kept anyway, a parakeet that hated my mom but loved my dad, apparently, and an iguana that was actually around until I was like 7, and which I was terrified of when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, to you it probably looked like a fucking dinosaur. But yeah, Nanoha, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have a ton of thoughts about Nanoha. I mean, it's a very cute show.
Yeah, it's a middle schooler gets magical girl powers, fights evil. Neat. However,
it's not bad at its job.
It's not bad. It's serviceable.
It's definitely a show probably meant for little girls in Japan.
Probably.
With some gratuitous panty shots thrown in there because it's the early '90s and why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only complaint I had about it. Like, I didn't need to see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just had a memory light bulb just go ding because I remembered exactly what you were talking about.
And the funny thing is, that's the scene they always use for the discotheque intro when it's not Nanoha.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, God, guys.
Which the discotheque opening was at the beginning of this DVD too.
I think they had a ReZero in that one.
Yeah, they have all sorts of stuff there. So ratings for Nanoha, unless we have some deeper thoughts about it.
B.
Yeah.
It was alright.
I give it a B tier. Not really anything special, but not anything bad either. You know, definitely worth a watch if like Magical Girl stuff is your thing. And I totally get like the nostalgia burn. Just don't expect something like spectacular. But I don't think it was really trying to be. Okay, moving on to Steven's pick.
We took a break from Fairy Tale this time around because it was Halloween or Spooky Month. And I showed them ones that I've promised them for 2 years straight, but never got to. Shiki.
Because of the scheduling, it was like...
Not cookies and cream, girl, Shiki.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, I know. This one is about vampires.
Yeah. I gotta say, I really love this show.
Yeah.
I thought it was...
A little plot synopsis before we get too far in.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, this show is good. It's one of the bangers that isn't what I usually show because sometimes I scattershot and it's kind of funny for me.
Yeah.
But this one is just about there's a small town, a small village, where a group of vampires, a family of vampires move in and try to turn the entire town for a safe haven for vampires until the medical doctor, the bar owner, and various other people decide to fucking stab them to death.
So if I had to...
Yeah, I just like how the main teenage boy character that's like one of the first ones to really do anything about the vampires. It's like his whole edgy boy backstory because it's the 2000s, so the main protagonist boy has to be super edgy. But his whole thing is that he's mad because his parents were hippies that never got married, so he has 2 last names, and that's why he hates his life.
Right.
This actually is kind of more of like slasher, like Western slasher movie.
Oh yeah, I think when I was looking up this show, because this is based off of a novel, not a manga or light novel or anything.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
apparently the author based it off of a Stephen King story and actually had like in his dedications part of it, he dedicated it to Stephen King.
Can I talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
Because watching Shiki, it reminded me so much of like one of those Stephen King miniseries that they were making in like the 1990s. They sort of got started around the time It was made as like a TV miniseries.
Okay, I was at the book. Is the book?
No, not the book. The TV miniseries. And then throughout the 90s, they made several of them. There was one like with The Stand. There was The Langoliers. They did one with they did a remake of The Shining as a miniseries. And it reminded me of that because a lot of Stephen King novels...
Oh, so I just saw it on here. It's Salem's Lot.
Yeah, Salem's Lot. Stuff like that. Stephen King novels tend to be very heavily charactered in the sense that there are a lot of characters that are dealing with like slow burn kind of...
Like a lot of smaller stories that connect to the bigger thing.
Yeah, and it totally reminded me of something like that. I will say though, Shiki is actually better than a lot of those 90s miniseries. Like
not as cocaine fueled.
Not as cocaine fueled, and not as frankly, poorly made. Because you know, Stephen King was huge in the 90s. I mean, still is, but like back in the 90s, they were like rushing out all of these different miniseries after It was such a gigantic hit on TV. So
there's no child orgy in Shiki.
No, there's not.
It's not.
There should have been one in It, but you know, we're
cocaine's one hell of a drug.
Cocaine is one hell of a drug, but yeah, with Shiki, I think where it really comes into its own. I really love the Doctor character because he was like the most rational person there, and he was able to find like the last third of Shiki. I really loved because it was like the town finally woke up and were actually able to solve this problem fairly quickly. until it got out of hand when the vampires had to resort to like pretty drastic measures.
Arson.
Yeah, they ended up setting a forest fire and forcing the town to basically evacuate.
And the I can't remember the word for the opposite in literary terms, but the fucking priest guy, his friend, the monk,
the foil.
The foil. Thank you. The foil is the
priest.
The assistant monk, I think, because
where he ends up becoming obsessed with the little girl vampire
because she was a fan of his edgy boy books.
That
he started making after he cut himself, which is totally 2010s.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing. I know I was comparing this to a Stephen King show, but like this show would have killed on like early or late 2000s MySpace, with the 13-year-old emo girls and stuff.
You know what? I think if I searched hard enough in the Wayback Machine, I could probably find some.
Just search up Shiki anime on DeviantArt.
Yeah, I'm sure it killed there. And speaking of like edgy 13-year-old girls, they're like one of the principal characters in it.
The main vampire.
One of the main vampires, the girl who gets turned early in the show.
Oh yeah, the first turn.
Megumi.
Yeah, Megumi has the funniest fucking death.
The backstory of her is that she wants to get out of that town, and then ends up...
she dresses like a fashionable girl, so she hates living in the small town because she dresses gaudy and people stare at her.
And
this would never happen if I live in the city. You all deserve to die because this is a small town and I hate it here.
Yeah, it's like she
and then gets turned to live there forever.
Yeah, but that's not the funniest part. Is like how they deal with her, because it like Steven saw me like laughing my ass because it threw me off, like how they actually dealt with it.
It's funny when they were killing her. We're just like go.
Yeah.
Let me set up some words of this, because the entire time, every one of you guys hated her, which is the most justified thing.
Annoying character in the whole show.
Actual bitch.
Yeah, like she had no personality besides being a bitch.
Besides being a bitch and loving the main,
creepily obsessed with the main edgy boy.
Yeah. Main edgy boy. And it was, well, he's not exactly edgy, he's just that way.
Hates his family.
And, I think especially his dad, because his dad took down all of his religious stuff most of the time that was protecting him from the vampires.
Oh yeah, his family being hippies. Like, the main boy was, like, putting up, like, the seals and stuff. The special, like, sigils to stop the vampires, and the hippie dad is like, we're not having any religion in this house.
We're spiritual, not religious, man.
It's just cleaning up all the seals.
And just throw them all out.
Yeah.
So you guys are just hating her the entire time, and you guys are like, oh my god, I hope she. I think one of you guys said, I think it might have been Heather, said, I hope she dies. I'm like, you'll get there.
Oh, and we got there. Like, holy shit, that was like a. Did you ever watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like how that movie is so like chill throughout most of it, but
until it gets to the end.
The ending violence is just like so out of nowhere, but it's against like really awful people that it's like
very much deserved.
Yeah, it's like you're just rooting for it.
How
the whole
you wish
time.
it would have happened in real life.
Yeah. That's what the ending of Shiki is like with this character in particular.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for a show that came out like almost 20 years ago. At this point.
And so they're trying. So all the vampires are realizing that, holy shit, these townspeople are actually going to kill us all. So they're trying to run. So Megumi tries to get across a field. An open field after getting caught.
That's where all the farm equipment is.
Yeah. So these guys like fucking nailing retractors, and so one of them,
they have like both of her arms.
Then
pinned
just
by
one arm pinned by
a tractor.
Yeah, just pinned by a tractor. She tries to get up, and then she starts having her bitch fit, and another guy just rolls over her head. with the rear
tractor
tire.
just backing up, just
and
closer
you
and closer
see it,
to her
like
head.
you see like her teeth fucking pop out of her skull.
It's like heavy gratuitous violence.
Yeah,
and then the best way is that they just got her dad just went boom, bam, with the stake.
Which is like, yeah, from the dad's perspective, I can imagine he was pretty heartbroken, but he'd be one of.
I mean,
that ain't your daughter anymore.
Yeah, that and.
I mean, he got his revenge on the person who turned his daughter in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. But
more of a mercy kill at that point.
Actually, the one anime that this reminded me of was, and I think I brought it up when we were actually watching it, was Another. Yeah. It reminded me of Another in a lot of ways. But
except the show's a bit more memorable than Another.
The show is far more memorable than Another, but like it had a lot of the same story beats not that it's like a one-to-one comparison, but you could kind of read similarities into. I'm not saying like one cannibalized off the other or anything, but I'm saying that like they do share some similarities but
both like kind of shows are just people are dying. Need to figure out how to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the whole slow burn, trying to figure out what is the cause of all this.
Except just one thing Shiki Pie could have benefited from that another had was just a smaller amount of episodes, which is something that's very rare to say, that a show could have been trimmed a bit.
I think Shiki had 2 very slow and unnecessary episodes. They could have been a 20-episode block, which I think would have been better for it.
It definitely slowed down a lot in the middle, where it just kind of became just the Doctor trying to convince people that something was happening, and everybody just being like, no, vampires aren't real.
Let me just say real quick, I agree with Hannah that it's like, in that, like, middle, that middle third, the show was, like, spinning its wheels quite a bit.
Sorry, I was messing with the Nesso.
Yeah, we've got some Nezzos on the table. Is that the show was spinning its wheels a bit in the second, third. I think you could have amalgamated a few of those episodes and like made the show overall shorter. Like, I don't want to say you could have done this in like a 12, 13 episode deal. Maybe like 16 to 18 you could probably get away with.
I say 20 because maybe you could have gotten away with some other things that were like ends, like secret end things that they could have done. Could have been some of their own episodes.
Ooh.
But what's up?
So I was just looking up Shiki again, just looking at the Wikipedia page. Turns out the original novel was published in 1998. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
It was published as two volumes of a novel in 1998. But then got a re-release in 2002 that separated into 5 volumes.
Talk about unnecessary.
Yeah.
Imagine taking a 2-volume book and just making it 5. Yeah.
So
the original Shiki novel got published in 1998. It's like a 2-volume novel series. But then got a re-release in 2002 that turned it into 5 novels.
Really? That might explain some of the
slow burn.
Yeah, some of the. Well, I like the slow burn, but it was like.
And then the anime came out 2010.
Right, and it's like it's not that the slow burn was one of the things that I liked about it. It's just the slow burn just kind of it
went a bit too slow.
It was more slow than burn.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Smoldered a little bit and then caught back on fire.
Yeah, and then okay, that's actually an apt pun there because of the way the show ends. But
also speaking of the way the show ends, I just really love how the monk is trying to be all religious, because most of it echoes the book he is writing, which is there's 2 brothers, one that brings happiness, one that brings pain and sorrow. The one that brings pain and sorrow kills the other brother, and then the brother comes back as like a underworld being that the other brother tries to bring back to life. It was like a very
edgy.
Yeah, a very edgy type book that he was trying to write.
Cain and Abel type shit.
Yeah, I guess would be the way to do it. And then I think he kind of fell for the eldest vampire, which was I don't know how old that girl must have been like Victorian era girl that got turned into a vampire, but lived for like decades upon centuries.
Like Pie has been a vampire for a long time, but still looks like she's 8.
Yeah, she got turned when she got turned when she was 10.
And she was also on the because I've seen that show at anime conventions before, being sold as DVD, and it's like that girl is like on the cover of the box, box art for a lot of it. So yeah, as for what I thought about Shiki, like sort of final thoughts, I give it an A tier. It was a really fun like Halloween show, like and it doesn't have to be Halloween. It's just like because horror anime are kind of
that's
comparatively
kind of like
rare.
our one themed month. Oh, 2 themed months.
And those are my 2 favorite months of the year because it's like I get to bring out... For Halloween, I get to go on a hunt for, like, what am I going to show this year? And in February, it's like, okay, how am I going to break their hearts this year?
Even though me and Steven kind of end up being the only people that actually picked for Halloween this year.
Yeah, that's fine.
It happens.
Because
and my pick wasn't even technically in October.
Yeah.
Because today's the first day of November.
Right, but you are close to Halloween, so...
Yeah, which... At least better than last year, where it just ends up being only me for October, just because we were so busy
with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But
will you have any final thoughts?
Shiki's good.
Yeah, I would say
you picked another winner.
Yay! The last thing I was going to say about the end is that it ends with the because there's like 2 tiers of vampires. There's like ones that can walk, like the day walkers, and the ones that physically can't. And the one that physically the girl is the one that physically can't go outside, but the priest gets turned into one that can go out during the day, and he ends up driving away with the vampire to terrorize another town. Very Stephen King-esque ending.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely a Stephen King ending.
And I'd say, yeah, I give this one usually an A tier whenever I watch it for Halloween. It's a good show. Especially how they kind of just like end up being brutalized. Like I think there was one character in there that kind of reminded me of Wade. It was the bar owner.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
You will be happy, damn it.
Yeah. So yeah, good pick. But then we got to swing it over to Hannah, who had her pick today.
Yeah. Continuing on from when we watched My Go a couple months ago. Decided for Halloween to watch the psychological horror direct sequel, Ave Mujica.
I have thoughts about Ave Mujica.
Yeah, I know this is a very just psychological horror type show, but I feel like it loses a lot of its impact when you realize that all of this is because a middle school rock band broke up.
Yeah, there's some good psychological drama in there, and I think there are some legitimate good scares in there. Whether like they're not anything that are going to keep me up at night, but it's like there's some good imagery in there. There's a lot of good music in there because this is actually this is based off of a real band who they're kind of like a baby metal-esque kind of.
It's like the whole thing about Bandery is like these are voice actresses, but they cast the voice actresses at least for like. I think 7 out of the 10 bands in the franchise, like from the game and the animes and everything, where they cast the voice actresses, but also cast them to play instruments too.
Yeah.
So, like most of the bands in the franchise are bands that actually exist in real life.
Right.
Like, you can catch a show for them.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would love to see them play live because their music sounds incredible. Like the whole last episode is just one of their concerts in animated form.
Like one of the songs, which I actually looked it up, the song's called Alter Ego, where I always say it sounds like if Evanescence wrote Psychosocial.
Yeah, because it does kind of have some of that Slipknot flair to it. But the actual anime is about this girl, Saki, who...
Sakiko?
Yeah, Sakiko, who is trying to like build her own band, but is dealing with all this...
She wants to forget the pain of her life by... forming a band and being in complete control of it.
Yeah, but then you have characters like one of the things that threw me off is how many characters like legitimately like nut out and go crazy in it, and just start having multiple personalities.
Yeah, it was like what Mutsumi?
I am Mutsumi, the rhythm guitarist.
Right.
Like she is actually crazy.
Yeah, she
it's actually like dissociative identity disorder.
Actually suffers from DID, and the her entire journey is just trying to cope. You can't exactly say get over it, but it really just says cope.
Yeah, you don't.
It's like part of her that wants the old middle school band back together, and like the other part that wants her to just be her Ave Mujica personality forever.
Right, because they kind of have like made up personalities for the band as well.
Yeah. Or it's like. Yeah, Sakiko's whole image for it was that, like, it was the band, but they also have, like, theater skits happening, too, where they're all, like, their specific characters.
Which was a neat gimmick to see that, like, incorporate. I wonder if that's how the concerts are like. But...
Yeah, it's like, actually how the real life band was that they were just a surprise performance when I think it was like an actual, like, ARG, like, happening in real life, where it's eventually, like, 100 people were able to figure out the game, and then just got, like, a QR code that led to coordinates to a venue, where they had a special performance there where all the voice actresses were, the stage lights were dimmed so you could only see their shadows playing. And
okay.
That's how it was for, like, a whole year. Like, the only clue was that they were part of Bandery.
Okay.
Like, they were in Bang Dream, but nobody knew what they were.
Okay. Interesting.
And then, like, it wasn't until, like, My Go started getting an anime, and I think it wasn't until, like, My Go actually finished their season of anime until they actually revealed the voice actresses for Ave Mujica.
Oh, neat. Okay, that kind of mirrors the show.
That little ending show, I think that was done to reveal the...
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, as for, like, complaints with Ave Mujica, I'll say that it's kind of a bit unfocused. Like, it's sort of narratively a mess.
Yeah.
Just like the last, just like My Go.
Yeah. Except what I say about this, that I ended up liking Ave Mujica so much more than My Go, is because in My Go, except for Tomori was nice, but every single girl in My Go was a huge bitch to the others. Like Taki, Soyo, they're just horrible to each other. But the thing is, they were horrible to each other, and before they even performed their first gig, like before their band even had a name.
Yeah.
But then with Ave Mujica, like their whole thing is that in episode 1, they're already playing at the Budokan.
Yeah.
Like, this is a band at their peak. They're already at their peak when they implode.
Yeah.
So,
I thought that was an interesting angle to it.
It's like if you just walked in on a behind the music episode right when it gets to the drama.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say drugs for a second there.
Well...
Oh, yeah. That's where most of the band drama comes from, but not in this show. It's basically just egos. Pure,
unadulterated crazy.
It's like, much the whole drama happens in episode 1, where Sakiko's whole thing was that they all hide behind masks and have their band personalities, but then their drummer Nyamu, whose whole thing is just being an influencer girl, that she just during their Budokan performance just takes off everybody's masks.
Right, and that's the character that like no one in the fandom likes.
Yeah, I mean, I hated her guts in episode 1, but then like near the middle of it, I actually started liking her because it's just like, she actually is the one doing most of the work.
Sure, while everyone else is starting to go crazy and everything.
It's like she's the one that actually wants the band to get back together, because it's like when the band breaks up, she tries to do acting and realizes she sucks at it.
Right.
It's like she tries to do auditions and just has panic attacks. It's like, I need to go back to Ave Mujica.
Yeah. I mean, like, in as far as it being like I was saying, like narratively a mess, it's not so much a mess that I can't understand like what's happening. It's just, it feels like there's a lot going on, and they're trying to... I like it better than My Go, because I actually like the characters in this more than I like the characters in My Go.
I feel like they probably shouldn't have tried to tie it into My Go as much.
Yeah, there were some pretty, not just references, but like form important plot points based around like My Go. Like, it gets referenced multiple times, and the
characters are there.
Yeah, the characters are actually there. So I get that it's part of the same franchise and everything. I don't know. I guess I just kind of prefer them to do their own things. But
I know. I feel like how like pretty much like whenever like 12 to 13 episode show comes out, like Love Live, for example, where it's like every time a season of Love Live comes out, people always complain like these characters didn't get much screen time. I wish this character would have gotten an episode so we actually know much about her, like Umi, Kanan from Sunshine.
Yeah.
Like, they barely got any screen time. But and Ave Mujica, it feels like I know too much about every character.
Yeah, they go deep on a lot of these characters, and
like, why did I need to see this of this character?
yeah, it's like, does this really contribute to the overall story? Now it kind of feels like, you know, doing a bit of overcorrection. It's like we hardly knew anything about the characters from MyGo. It's like, oh, so now we know too much about the Ave Mujica. Well, it's more complicated than that.
It's like, but I feel more like a voyeur than anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like some of the stuff is like really uncomfortable. I mean, it's well acted.
Like Uika's whole story, like the singer girl, like Dolores is what they call her there, but her name's Uika. Well, that's what we thought her name was until like it was like episode 9 or 10 when she gets her whole backstory where Uika was the name of her sister, and then how she's creepily obsessed with Sakiko.
Yeah.
Like she tells Sakiko that she will give her life for her. It turns out she's Sakiko's aunt.
Yeah, and
Uika was her sister's name, but she didn't want to be the gloomy girl that she was when she met Sakiko, so she told Sakiko that she was her sister's name. And then when she ran away to Tokyo to become an idol because that was her sister's dream.
Yeah.
Anything happened to that sister? I kind of like halfway checked that during that.
I mean, there is a theory going around now because Bandary's rolling out another band now called Mugendai Mu Type, where it's like an idol band that I think they kind of had a VTuber angle going, but I think they've kind of scrapped that now. But they're getting an anime prepared for them now, and the singer of that is a blonde-haired girl. So a lot of people are thinking, like theorizing now that girl might be the real Uika.
Oh, interesting.
I think her name, because since they're kind of VTubers now, they all have pseudonyms.
Gotcha.
So her name is Urale.
So in as far as like what I really liked about the show, I really liked the characters. I thought a lot of the imagery, visuals were really good. The music was fantastic. There was more to like about this show than MyGo, in my opinion. Definitely worth a watch. Steven, do you have anything that you want to say about
nothing
Ave Mujica?
Nothing you guys already covered.
Okay. I guess we'll give our rankings then. I give it a very, very, very strong B tier.
Yeah, definitely like the music more than the show.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably going to listen to the show after we finish recording, so...
the music.
I already added a bunch of the songs to my playlist already.
Yeah. I mean, it's great music. It really is. And the show is... I recommend the show. It's just... Don't expect going in, like... What I was kind of hoping for was, like, kind of like a rock opera version of Serial Experiment Lane, but...
Which, it kind of felt more like if Perfect Blue tried to be about a metal band.
Yeah, there was some Perfect Blue influence in there, definitely, but it doesn't...
It feels so hilarious looking at the show now because I was an early Bandary fan back in like 2018 when the mobile game first hit America.
Sure.
And, it's just it was a very happy-go-lucky series then.
Yeah.
So it's just so weird seeing this band come out of that.
Yeah, it's a wild ride.
Season 1 of Bandary is girl that wants to find the Kira Kira Doki Doki feelings gets a star-shaped guitar and just meets a bunch of friends to form a band together called Poppin' Party. And then we're to hear just dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, and like borderline murder. There's some pretty harsh falls in this. Like people are getting thrown down like flights of stairs. They're getting thrown off of balconies and shit. They're just all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I just remember just popping into the Bandary subreddit sometimes and just peeking into the episode discussion threads and just seeing like the top comments on most episodes being like, is this going to end with Mutsumi killing herself?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people were heavily thinking that this series is going to end with a suicide.
Yeah. I want to throw this out there. There is like some kind of allusions to like self-harm and stuff like that. So just be on the lookout for that if that's something that you might be sensitive towards. But it's not anything major. But you never know.
I just love so many of the scenes with Mutsumi where just her mom and Nyamu were just like, we love you for your acting. It's like, your acting is so terrifying. You're so amazing at it. Like, that is not acting. She's having psychosis.
Yeah, that's a great acting. No, it's actually I'm just mentally ill.
Yeah, it's like that scene where she makes a mistake on her guitar and just plops down in her chair, just not moving, and you're thinking, oh, she really went for the doll thing. It's like, I can literally see her strings.
Yeah.
Like she's literally having a mental break.
Yeah, it's like
that's literally the moment where her alternate personality just ultimately takes over her.
Yeah, it was. It's a crazy show, but like I said, I give it a strong B tier. What are your guys' final thoughts?
Yeah. High B tier, low A.
Okay.
Yeah, strong B.
Okay. And I guess with that, we're out of content to really talk about.
Next time it's my turn to pick, I'm gonna finally get weighed onto the Uma brain rot and start showing Uma Musume Pretty Derby.
Right, the anime show. And my next pick is going to be City the Animation. The new KyoAni, after about 5 years of being out of commission. KyoAni is back. They are making new shows again, and this is going to be their first new show.
Oh yeah.
City the Animation, from the same people who made Nichijou.
Speaking of City, so happy Aki Toyosaki's coming back onto the scene. She did unfortunately take a break a while ago because her husband suddenly passed.
Oh, yeah.
A couple months ago, but just like a week ago, she came back to public to do a City the Animation special event.
Well, that's...
Or was it some kind of KyoAni event?
That's heartwarming to hear. But, so I think...
And then my next pick is going to be predictable, as it's going to be Fairy Tail until we finish Persona 4, and then I'm showing Persona 4 the animation.
Cool!
Yeah, once we figure out, the watch order for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I think it's going to be the original Persona 4 the animation, and then they did a Persona 4 Golden the animation, which it has significantly shorter episode counts, so I think that might just be only the content that wasn't in the original.
Gotcha.
It's like an OVA.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, just the arcs that got added for the re-release.
Fair enough. Alright, I think we can call it here. I think we're pretty much out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I think we've already talked about our future plans and...
Yep.
Yeah.
Steven did our housekeeping stuff.
So I think we might not have another episode until our end of the year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're already in November now.
Yep. First day of November. You'll see us again probably the next month and a half.
Me and Steven don't have any December cons.
Yeah. So we'll probably get that out for the holidays. But, well, thank you all again for tuning in and for another fun episode of Off the Balcony. I know it was shorter than usual, but thank you all for tuning in anyway.
Yeah, always glad to be back.
All right, have a good evening, everyone.
I swear to God, I'll get guests on this show one day.
Sorry, Catherine.
All right, everyone. Bye-bye.